I work for State Bank of India. My name is Adi Keshwan. My question relates to this discussion about correcting the global imbalance following the economic crisis, whereby the West has been spending and Asia has been saving, and now the discussion is about promoting domestic demand, which is the first question which was raised. So my worry is, how does Asia stimulate domestic demand, at the same time cope with some of these dilemmas generated by Asian values like thrift, savings, Confucian values in China, or the values in India, where people generally, even if they have the means to spend, they don't indulge in conspicuous consumption, and their propensity is to save. And if you promote this domestic demand, is there a risk of losing these essential Asian values of which you are a proponent? Thank you.
Well, as I've said before you get people who have been poor for a long time and have to put aside savings for their sickness, old age, and unemployment, you've got to give them that social security support. I do not see India or China giving that kind of social security support that will make them spend. So as I explained just now, the Chinese are doing it by sending excess goods produced along the coast into the inland areas, selling it at a discount and telling the banks, lend them the money. How long can they keep it up? Maybe 3 years, 4 years. And they've got all the TV sets and the refrigerators and the hi-fis and whatever, then what? And then unless the economy picks up again and they export, they've got to think of something more fundamental, which means a very costly social security support system. I do not see India doing that. It would be so costly. The Chinese have $2.4 trillion in reserve, so they can have some leeway. But India hasn't got that leeway, and therefore I don't see the Indians doing that. So I think we'll just have to grin and bear it.
Would infrastructure development be something that they can depend on to kind of boost domestic demand?
That's what the Chinese are doing. I think they've got 50,000 kilometers of
roads,
high-speed roads, just a few, 5 or 10,000 below America. They're going to build that. They got high-speed railways. They keep on doing that. It's good for the economy, but then you reach saturation point. India will do the same, but the building rate is slower. I don't know why. I think there are bottlenecks between the state and the central government, so they cannot build at the same speed across the country as the Chinese can, because it's a unitary function. The provinces will do what the center does, what the center wants them to do.